And you're looking live at Sold Out MetLife Stadium, where today the playoff-bound 16-0 New York Giants will be taking on the 0-16 Minnesota Vikings. Why the Minnesota Vikings 0-16? Because they suck. Welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody out there, anybody at all, going to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening, I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Or anybody spends any time at all watching and replay this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. It means so much to me. Thank you. Going to try to go about 30 minutes here tonight. Usually goes longer than that, but I'm going to try to go about 30 minutes here tonight. Anybody got anything to say, please feel free, fire away, throw it in the chat box. I check on the chat box like every 5-10 minutes. So, if anything gets put in there, I see it. I respond to it as fast as I can. So please feel free, fire away. All right. Before I get started, anybody wants to help support my channel, it would mean the absolute world to me. In the description box, the top link, okay, there's a link that takes you to my membership page. There's 3 different membership levels. The first one is called the Saquon, second one is called the Lawrence Taylor, and the third level is called the Gridiron. Each one has their own little perks to them and everything. There's loyalty badges, which are pretty cool. There's 8 different loyalty badges. Each loyalty badge is a different Giants helmet. Now, the older the helmet is, the older the helmet and / design is of the helmet, the longer you've been a supporter of my channel. If you get, there's the 8th one, the 8th loyalty badge is a leather helmet. So if you get a leather helmet next to your name, you've been a supporter of my channel for a long time. Also, there's 4 emojis. Eventually, there will be a 5th emoji coming out, but right now there's 4 emojis. Okay. I had them made on Fiverr. Every time I look, I get a kick out of it every time I look at them. You can use them in the chat box, I guess, if you're making a comment or something like that. So anybody wants to help support my channel, once again, it would mean the absolute world to me. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, and click that bell icon. That way, next time I either go live or I put a video out or whatever, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. So what do you got to lose, right? And then finally, also in the description boxes, there's 2 links, 2 Facebook links, okay? The first one, the top Facebook link takes you to my a group that I have, okay? Right now, we have over, let me see, I believe it's 1,900 members. Yeah, we have over 1,900 members in the group, okay? I put stuff in there every day. Every day I'm putting at least 5 to 10 different items in there every day. And the cool thing is that, if you click the link and you become a member of the group, you can post stuff in there as well, too. So not only am I putting stuff in there every day, but members, too. Members of the group are posting stuff in there every day. So there's between, like, what would you say? Posts, pictures I see, maybe videos I put up. There's at least 10 different items going in there every day. And that's 7 days a week. Every day I'm putting stuff in there. Okay. And as I said, so are the members as well, too. So join that, become a member. And then also the second Facebook group, okay, takes you to a page, okay, that I have. That's originally enough, it's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. Okay. As of right now, there's 527 people who like it. There's over 1,700 people who are following it right now. I'm going to say every 3 or 4 days, I get like another 100 people following it. It's just really, really taken off. But I'm the administrator in there, and I'm the only one who posts anything in there. But I said it's the same thing with the group. I spend both of them half an hour, 45 minutes, sometimes it may be even a little bit longer every day, putting stuff in there. I said it's 7 days a week. It's not a job because I really, really enjoy doing it. But, but I said there's always stuff going in there. And the nice thing is whatever I put in the page in the group, for the most part, I don't commingle them, meaning, I keep them separate. Every now there might be something I put in the page and in the group. But I mean, for the most part, I keep everything separate. So if you go to the the page and you like and you follow it and you go to the group and you become a member, you get a boatload of New York Giants information and pictures and videos and stuff like that every day. And as I always say, if you're not satisfied, your money back guarantee. All right, with all that stuff out of the way, I tell you what, I've been doing this channel now for, this is the second season I've been doing it. I started it before last season. So it's 2020. So we're looking at 2021. I was in March of 2021. So we're coming, within 2 months, it'll be 2 years I've been doing this channel. Okay. And, so this is the second full season that I've been doing the Giants. Okay. And I'll tell you what, I've nothing even like remotely close to like the injury report. Nobody's injured. Absolutely nobody's injured. There's no doubtful, no questionable, no out, no this, no that. Nothing. I've never seen anything even close to that, much less nobody injured. All right. So basically, they were resting all their guys and everything. Now, does that mean everybody's 100% and everything? No. Leonard Williams, not 100%. Right? He won't be 100% until after the season's over with. He's going to need some rest. Is Evan Neal, he's a full go. He's good to go. Is he 100%? No. If they put him in there with an ankle, but he has his knee. Okay, he's not 100%. No, nobody's 100%. But Azeez Ojulari, okay, with his ankle. All right, is he 100%? No. But it's all hands on deck. There's no holding back now. It's not, it's not like, well, hold them out another 2 weeks, and then we'll see if we can put them. No, in 2 weeks you may not be playing anymore. So it's like, I guess if you can breathe, walk, and chew gum, maybe all the same time, you're in there, right? So I said it doesn't mean. Like with Leonard Williams, it's happened to him so many times, over the past, whatever, month and a half, whatever, a little over a month since he injured himself on Thanksgiving Day against the Cowboys. He might play a quarter and then he just has to come out and he may not go back in the rest of the game. So we'll say, this is a playoff game. Is his 8th season, hasn't played a playoff game in 8 seasons. Unbelievable. So it's going to take a lot for him to come off the field. But I guess I'm kind of saying is if he believes he's hurting the team, I'm sure he'll want to come it off. It might be the same thing with Azeez. I don't know if Azeez will pull himself off, but maybe he'll be on a pitch count. Maybe maybe I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But it's good to see Adoree Jackson on there, boy. I'll tell you. I couldn't. I seen this article. It was man. It was just hard to believe. Adoree Jackson was returning back to the Giants just in time to face Justin Jefferson. Giants released a blank injury report Friday. Blank, meaning nothing, nada, nobody. Which means that all active players are available to play Sunday against the Vikings after the decision to rest 19 starters in a meaningless regular season finale. No one is questionable. No one is out. No one is doubtful. Holy crap. That's significant mostly because of Jackson, who missed the last 7 games with a sprained MCL. In one of those games, the Vikings' Justin Jefferson led the league with 1,800 receiving yards, torched Fabian Moreau and other members of the Giants secondary. He had 12 catches for 133 yards and a touchdown. Now, let's not forget Hockenson had 13 receptions as well. So, okay, now he will have to. Justin Jefferson will have to work harder now against the Giants' top cornerback, who is having one of his best seasons of his career before he was injured, returning a punt against the Lions. Then you got Jerome Henderson said, his energy, his confidence, his ability to go out there and is big for us. Defensive back Jerome Henderson said, the one thing about Adoree is he won't be fazed by anything. He'll come back and play at a high level and give us everything he's got. I don't worry at all about that. Let's just hope that they don't put him back there to return a punt. Okay. Now Jackson has allowed 29 catches for 338 yards and 2 touchdowns. Okay. In 10 games. All right. So basically, if you can't break that down, he's allowing like 3 catches a game. What would that be? About 34 yards a game. 3 catches, 34 yards. So he's getting about 11 yards reception. Okay. 3 catches a game. And he's given up 2 touchdowns in 10 games. So basically 1 out of every 5 games. Okay. So, I mean, that's good. I mean, as it is, period. Right. But if you consider, who he's not going up against the 13th string wide receiver for the other team. Okay. Who's he going up? He's going up against like most of the time, I guess, their best wide receiver. Okay. So he's really was having a very, very good year for himself. Let's see here. The Giants tried a snap limit with safety Xavier McKinney when bringing him back from a broken hand in week 17, but McKinney blew past that number. Oh, yeah. I mean, McKinney, he had like over 40. His first game back, he said he was at 44 or 47 snaps he had. Yeah, he had a lot of snaps his first game back. And he said he was tired afterwards. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Henderson, head coach Brian Daboll, will there be an ease in process for Jackson? And they said, there won't be if he plays. Here we go, baby, jump right in. Henderson said before it was clear that Jackson is playing. So, I mean, if he's going to be playing, it's, the thing you kind of worry about, okay, is if they wind up putting him up like one-on-one with Jefferson, okay, is that, you got to have to keep an eye because he's been out for like 2 months, okay? Body-wise, I'm sure he's feeling good. Hopefully his knee is healed, okay? But you got to worry about his stamina, like his football, right? Is he going to be able to, head into the third quarter, you get up around 40, 50 snaps. Maybe in this fourth quarter, you start getting around 50 to 60 snaps on the field. Is he starting to dog it a little? Not dog, but being tired. Look like he's worn down, worn out. Because you don't want to make a mistake. You make one mistake against Mr. Jefferson, there's 6 points up on the board. So that's going to be, be interesting to see also, do they, is he on Jefferson a lot? Or do they have coverage over top for him? Be interesting to see. Okay. But, it's just crazy. I mean, this is Adoree Jackson, McKinney, center, Feliciano with his back, receiver Marcus Johnson with his knee, right tackle Evan Neal with his ankle, and I still think his knee too. I think he won't be right until after the season's over. Outside linebacker Azeez Ojulari with his ankle, safety Jason Pinnock with his shoulder, and defensive tackle Leonard Williams with his neck. Once again, he will not be better until he gets extended rest, which means after the season's over. They were all listed as full participants in Friday's practice after appearing on an injury report earlier in the week. Okay, I mean, that's I guess it's probably the combination of resting a lot of the starters, but then some of these guys have been out for a while too. I mean, Azeez has been out, Adoree Jackson been out, so the Vikings, okay, they have 3 guys listed as questionable. 2 of them, Cam Dantzler, okay, the cornerback, okay, well, he's got a problem with an ankle, and safety Harrison Smith, which will be very big, with a knee. Those guys are listed as questionable, okay. Their center, okay, Garrett Bradberry, right, he was a full participant and is expected to play. Now, that winds up being huge for him, especially because they lost their one tackle. Okay, so they're going to have a backup tackle in there. The tackle, was it O'Neal, I believe it was, is having a really good season. Right tackle, really, really good season. Okay, so that's going to hurt him. Now, but getting Bradberry back in there, okay, which, for the Vikings at center is huge. The problem is that Bradberry's got a problem with his back. I don't know where, but he's been out, injured with the back problem. Okay. Now, God bless you, man. You're going to get plowed over by Sexy Dexy. That back could be hurting mighty quick. I mean, it's tough. I mean, you're snapping the ball, you're down, bending it, you kind of come up and you got to take on Dexter Lawrence. God bless you, man. So, it might be a decent sized mismatch, whether it's, Dexter, or whether maybe they might have Leonard Williams over the center or somebody else in there. But, if he's going to play a bunch of snaps, a decent amount of snaps, maybe against Sexy Dexy, I mean, Sexy Dexy is, he's on top of his game. I mean, I'm sure he's going to be ready to play. So, Bradberry might be in for a long afternoon, all right, trying to hold up against Sexy Dexy. So we'll have to wind up seeing if Bradberry, their starting center for the Vikings, is able to play all game. Or if he does play all game, is he kind of a liability out there? All right, so be interesting to see there. As I said, they lost their right tackle. So the two, Darius and O'Neal, they did a very good job last time against the Giants, okay, as far as not allowing pressures or anything, or a couple pressures, I believe it was. But so their offensive line took a little hit. All right, so I mean, it's definitely in the Giants' favor. Okay, the Giants, got burnt by who? Hockenson and Jefferson. So now the Giants, right, are coming back with who? We're getting Adoree Jackson, and Xavier McKinney wasn't playing the last time they played. So we got our best cornerback coming back, who I'm sure we're going to be ready to play, and Xavier McKinney. Okay. I said, then we have Leonard Williams and we got Sexy Dexy, two phenomenal defensive linemen going up against their center who has been having problems with his back. So, that bids very, very well for the Giants. I mean, not the Giants not to have anybody on the injury. I've never seen. It's not like I've been doing this channel for 38 years or something, but I mean, the past 2 years between last year and this year, it's been nothing. Every game, it's been like 7, 8, 10, especially like last year when Judge was the coach. Oh my God, it was like 10 guys, 12 guys every week, 4 questionable, 3 are out, 5 are doubtful. It's like, what the hell? Is anybody playing? But I mean, to see nobody, especially now for a playoff game, nobody. Wow, man, I'll tell you. So that tilts the needle in the Giants' favor as well, too. Right, so I'm certainly not saying a Giant. I'm going to have my prediction tomorrow, but certainly ain't no guaranteeing nothing. But things are looking good for the Giants. Okay. Now the other thing I want to do is point out now something I saw here. What's his name? He does this dude's really, really, really good. Really. Hold on, let me figure it out. Okay, SB Nation. Okay, and I look at this guy a lot. Nick Falato, I believe his name is. I think that's how you pronounce it. He does a very, very good job. He even breaks his stuff down so an idiot like me can understand it, okay? He's got an article, okay? As I said, SB Nation, it says Giants and Vikings 2023 playoffs. What will change for the Giants defense? Now, especially he says with the healthier, the Giants being healthier in the secondary, how that might change the game for the Giants defense, okay? Because he breaks down a lot, kind of like what the Giants were using in coverage the last time they played the Vikings, okay, especially to try to cover like Justin Jefferson. The one coverage they were using was very successful, okay, except it's not something you want to be putting out there every time because, I mean, there's always point, counterpoint. Like if you put this coverage out there, they can come back and do something else on offense that can beat you down, I mean, that's what Wink tries to do, tries to cover up his coverages, make it look like, it might be one thing and actually it's a different type of coverage. You come to the line of scrimmage and you're like, there's 6 guys here. Who's coming? Who's not coming? You know what I mean? Who's dropping back and who's coming? But I mean, Kirk Cousins has been in the league for a while. He's no dummy. He goes up to the line of scrimmage. If he sees the Giants might be in the same type of coverage, he can certainly, audible, and the one audible would be to a run. And if you got Dalvin Cook back there, that's asking for disaster. Okay. Now, and we got here. Let's see. Big Blue struggled to contain star wide receiver Justin Jefferson and TJ Hockenson. Both of them had more than 10 catches. Well, Justin Jefferson had 12, Hockenson had 13. They had 25 receptions between the two of them. Whew. My God. And they had 3 scores. Hockenson had 2. Jefferson had 1. I believe that's the way it was. Containing the 6th best passing offense in the league, passing yards per game, is no easy feat, especially if the Giants don't have their best safety and their best cornerback in there. And they actually didn't even give up 300 yards in passing. Okay. Now, Xavier McKinney returned to the lineup week 17 against the Colts. So basically, it was the week after they played the Minnesota, right? And then they rested him in week 18. His presence alone surely helps the Giants secondary that surrendered 299 passing yards to Kirk Cousins. So, I mean, Kirk Cousins didn't even have 300 yards, but I mean, still 299 is pretty darn good. Adoree Jackson is the name to monitor, though Jackson is not confirmed. Well, this is a little bit old. I mean, he's playing. All right. Jackson playing. McKinney and Jackson drastically improved the Giants' chances of containing the Vikings' scary passing attack. Not only will it help their man coverage plays against Justin Jefferson, the Giants ran cover one only 7% of the time in week 16, a season low. All right, but it could also help the Giants slow down Hockenson as well. Okay. They bracket Jefferson. Now, the Giants adjusted their week 15 game plan against the Commanders. Okay. Terry McLaurin, okay, had 8 catches for 105 yards in week 13 against the Giants. Okay. So then instead of relying on Fabian Moreau and Nick McLeod to single up on McLaurin, Martinez employed a coverage, okay, usually used in subsequent week against the Giants, which is a cover 6. Basically, you're dropping back 3 guys kind of deep. You got your free safety, okay, who's on like the one side of the field, okay, basically is on the side that the tight end's not on, the shorter side of the field. He covers like he drops back and he covers like half the field. Then they got like a cornerback and the strong safety who's on the strong side, who is on the side with, I guess, Hockenson would be on. Those 2 guys, the cornerback and the safety, strong safety, they drop back and they cover the deep part of the field too. So basically what you got 3 guys dropping back deep. Okay. That's why they had so many receptions, but they had very little yards. I mean, you look at Jefferson, he had 12 receptions for like 133 yards. I mean, 12 is impressive, but he only averaged like 11 yards a reception. Okay. Nothing super duper long. Same thing come with Hockenson. Okay. But what they did, okay, again, in the cover 6, what they did like against McLaurin was McLaurin had a very good game against the Giants the first time. The second game, he didn't when they used this cover 6 defense, basically dropping like 3 guys deep. Okay. It says the cover 6 is also known as a quarter, half. It's a mixture of a cover 4 to one side of the field and a cover 2 to the other side. Typically speaking, although this can fluctuate depending on scheme personnel and a variety of variables, the cover 4 side assumes the field, the wide side. Okay. So basically you're going to have 2 guys covering the wide side of the field, and you have a 1 guy on cover 2 covering the short side of the field. Okay. This allowed the Giants to have multiple secondary pieces playing top down on breaking routes, while also allowing the Giants to focus multiple sets of eyes on Jefferson to cover the 2 side. The Giants would put Moreau in a trail position with the safety over the top. The Giants also employed a similar technique in a cover 3 cloud, although the Giants only ran cover 3 16.9% of the time, which tied for the second lowest of the season. But he breaks it down. He says, I get it. Why would the Giants want to replicate a defense that they used most of the time that would allow Jefferson to catch 12 passes, 133 yards? Well, the thing is that when they use this cover 6 defense, okay, Justin Jefferson caught 4 passes for 18 yards. Okay, when the Giants ran the cover 6. Okay. So when they were, the cover, they had that 3 guys deep, basically covering the deep part of the field, 3 guys deep on defense, okay, going up against the Vikings, okay. Justin Jefferson had 4 receptions, basically for 4.5 yards a reception, right? He had like nothing, okay. Now, the thing is that, the Packers used the same approach in week 17, the following week after the Giants played the Vikings. The Packers used it, okay. And let's see, Justin Jefferson, when it had 1 catch for 15 yards, right? And then the Packers, they used the cover 6 against the Dolphins, okay, in week 16 on Christmas Day. They held Tyreek Hill to 4 catches, all right? And then Hockenson only caught 3 balls for 26 yards against the Giants when the Giants used their cover 6 defense, which once again has happened like 3 guys deep. Okay. And keeping eyes on the guys in front of them. All right. Only caught, I said Hockenson, only had 3 receptions. Okay. Now the problem is, is that, why wouldn't the Giants just have their cover 6 defense in there all the time? I mean, if Hawkinson's only catching a couple passes, Jefferson's only catching a couple passes, why not have a cover 6 all the time? Well, the problem is, is that it would wind up putting, they can't consistently run the cover 6 all the game, but this would find themselves susceptible to the rushing attack. Okay. And, they got Dalvin Cook. I mean, that guy he went 64 yards for the tying touchdown. Okay. Against. Sup? It's me, Miz. Catch my video, Fro, from today. I gave rally to the talk passionate. All right. Okay. I'll be keeping an eye out there for it. Very good. Cool. All right. Thank you for the comments. Greatly appreciate it. If somebody gave me a thumbs up, thank you. But the Giants putting themselves in the cover 6, having, the 3 guys deep, keeping stuff in front of them. Okay. Keeping an eye, on like Hockenson, even Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, right? But as I said, if they do that all the time, the problem is, and then Kirk Cousins can just start audibling, right? If it starts looking too much like it's going to be a cover 6, or they're doing a cover 6 all the time, he just starts audible to running plays. And the Giants have some huge holes on their defensive front. Okay. Now, a lot of times what they do is they'll have like Leonard Williams and Sexy Dexter kind of like, close up, over the guards and in the center and all that. But a lot of times what they'll have is like Kayvon, like way out wide, like a wide 9, like outside the tight end. So if you got like Sexy Dexter, like in between, like around the guard, and then you got Kayvon outside the tight end. Now you got, you got a couple blockers out there. You got a nice hole there. And if Kirk Cousins just starts seeing that, I mean, he can just start turning around and just handing the ball off to Dalvin Cook. That guy took I think it was a screen pass against the Colts, like 64 yards. I mean, that dude is I mean, the Giants did a good job. He had well under 100 yards. What the heck did he have? 14 carries for 64 yards, only 4.6 yards a carry, and an 18-yard long. Okay. So, they did a very, very good job at, slowing him down. But I'll tell you what, you don't want that guy to get going. That guy can take it to the house anytime, on any play, any given play. All right. So that's the one thing the Giants have, Wink Martindale has to get a good balance on. Okay. You can't, their defense, obviously he has to mix everything up. Okay. He's going to blitz, but you can't keep blitzing from the same spot all the time. You got to mix up where you blitz, and you got to mix up who's blitzing, make it look like a blitz and everybody drops in coverage. But I'm saying, but this guy was talking about this cover 6 defense. You don't want it. They did very, very good as far as slowing down Jefferson and Hockenson, but then you don't want to have that all the time, because if you have that defense all the time, that opens you up to the run. And the Giants have some huge holes in their defensive front, makes them very, very susceptible. The Giants were bad enough as it was, during the regular season against the run. I said, you don't want to start having problems with Dalvin Cook running the ball. Thankfully the Giants did a nice job as far as controlling him, but, but the one nice thing is now if you got Xavier McKinney in there, who we didn't have the last time, okay, and now we have Adoree Jackson in there, who we obviously, once again, didn't have last time. That could be huge for the Giants. Because now that can open up a lot more things. If you can have Adoree Jackson covering one-on-one, maybe Jefferson, right? He might have his Xavier McKinney. He might be able to keep an eye on Hockenson, right? So, that's huge. Really, really huge. I said, if we have all the guys back, Azeez, Kayvon, Sexy Dexy, Leonard Williams, right? All the guys are healthy in the secondary. I mean, that's going to be absolutely huge for the Giants. But, I mean, the Giants probably ain't going to change too much up, okay? But the one nice thing is that they won't have to go, like, I guess, way out of their way to try to really make things happen, because now, as I said, because we did not have Xavier McKinney last time, and we did not have Adoree Jackson in there. And those two guys in there, I said Hawkins, and Jefferson with 25 receptions. Don't look for them to get anywhere near that. I mean, they're going to get their receptions. Both guys are really good. I still don't know why the Lions would let go of Hawkins. And I'll tell you what, after they let go of Hawkinson, the Lions started doing really good. I don't know why they drafted the guy like 2 years ago or last year, and now they're trading him away. I don't know. Why would you not trade him away, but trade him away to somebody in your own division? Why would you do that? I don't understand. Hawkinson is really good. Great hands. Then if you got, as I said, you got Dalvin Cook. You got Cousins, who's a decent, damn good quarterback, I said, you got Jefferson, you got Thielen. Let's not forget about Thielen. The Giants did a good job at slowing Thielen. Did he have one catch? What the heck was it? Yeah, one catch for 6 yards. So, I mean, they did a really good job at controlling Thielen. But, he's still very good. So it's somebody obviously you always have to keep an eye on. But with the addition of McKinney and with the addition of Adoree Jackson, like this week, without question, I mean, look for between Hawkinson and Jefferson, they're going to get their catches because they're just too damn good. Cousins is too good of a quarterback. Those guys will get their passes, okay? Between the two of them, they're certainly going to have double digits. Between the two of them combined, I mean, they'll have over 10 receptions, I'm sure, between the two of them. But, look for don't look for them to get 25 like they did last time. I mean, that's just silly. But the Giants, try to slow down those guys, okay? But also, you can't let Dalvin Cook go off, because Dalvin Cook, he can be a game breaker as well too. So, but I think definitely without question, I mean, the injury list is huge, absolutely huge. Things are starting to look more and more in the Giants' favor here, and I'm gonna go have like a game preview, and then have my prediction tomorrow night. And it's been 32 minutes. Somebody gave me a thumbs up. Comments in the comments. Thank you. Anybody spent any time at all watching any of this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Or anybody spends any time at all watching a replay of this, once again, thank you so much. It really does. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. And as always, guys, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.